Hello ladies and gentlemen, how are you all doing? This is your boy Bravo. Welcome to the channel once again. Today I'm going to be showing you how to go from a basic melody to something with more taste in Cubasis. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. If you've not yet subscribed, please press on the subscribe button. So let's have some fun. So I'm going to be using 3 apps. The first one is called Noise, which is obviously the synth. And then I have a MIDI effect called StepPolyArp, and I'm gonna combine that with an insert effect called Spin FX. So I'm gonna combine them both and then just change the melody a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is gonna let you listen to the melody, just the MIDI, without none of the two effects involved. And then from there, I'm gonna obviously turn back on the 2 effects and then mess around a little bit with it. So now, as you can tell, the melody kind of differs. It's a little bit different from what I played initially. So now I'm gonna turn on spin effects and just mess around with it a little bit and see what I can come up and see what I can come up with. So I just recorded some automation using Spin FX. So now what I'm going to do is edit the automation I just recorded using Spin FX. So I'm just going to edit it a little bit and just, to my own taste, and then I'll maybe add a little bit more extra to it. So let's get it going. this project, I also use BeatHawk from UVI as my drum machine. And as you can see, I already have like a couple of tracks frozen for BeatHawk. And I have a couple of issues. I have already sent them email about different issues, and they want to keep sending emails because it's kind of boring and annoying, obviously, for them too. So the first one is the pad, the sound. If I want to change, if I create my own kit and then load the kit as a standalone, and then load the BeatHawk into Cubasis or whatever, and then load my kit, and then try to change a pad, the sound on the pad. Normally, you just tap on the left and right arrows for you to browse through the folder. But in this case, if you tap on it, it's going to give you a blank folder, a blank pad. So that means you need to go to the browser and then start looking for whatever sound it is. I don't know where the hell it is. I don't know where I took that from anyway. Find the sound and then load it. And then once you load it, now you can browse. And obviously, once you do that, you can also be able to start browsing the other pads, even though they're not in the same folder as the one you just uploaded. Kind of strange. And then issue number 2, if you're into the step editor and you want to go into full view mode, right? If you tap on the full view mode, instead of it staying into the step editor mode as you have it right now, it's going to go back to the pad mode or to the pitch mode, depending on whatever you have selected over here. So in this case, if I tap like this, as you see, it's gone back to the pad mode. So then you need to do it manually. That's nothing major, but I don't know, maybe it's just a bug, or maybe it's just the way it is. And another thing, last one, if I tap on the X right here to close the step editor and go back to the pad mode, what happens is, instead of it going back to the pad mode, it's going to just minimize the window. So X, you see, it just minimizes it, and now X again, and then it goes back to the pad mode. I don't know if it's like this once again. If it's a bug, let me know. If anybody encountered this kind of things, just let me know too. So one thing I forgot to also mention is an app called Analyser, which is a tuner. It's an AUV thread tuner from for Pocket. So using it actually is kind of like a nightmare. Not the app per se. The app is a fantastic app, but the thing is, when you want to tune an instrument, for example in Cubasis, you need to open the instrument, mess with the preset a little bit, go back to the tuner, see whether it's hitting the right note. So meaning you need to memorize whatever notes you are playing initially. So you need to memorize whether it was a C1, memorize it. Go back to the tuner, see whether it's hitting C1. If it's not hitting C1, go back to the instrument and kind of like tweak it a little bit. So it would be kind of nice if we could have a feature where we could see like the instrument and the effects on the same window, like on the same view. That would be very nice. Like, for example, the instrument on the top and the effects at the bottom. So while you're messing around with the instrument, you can see the notes. You can actually see the tuner moving, and obviously know whether it's the correct notes or not. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and to the next one. And let's hope Cubasis and Steinberg and UVI get to fix the issues with Cubasis and Cubasis and UVI, and in Cubasis in particularly with the spinner fix. So one more thing, I hope Cubasis implements like a sooner update, or maybe a future update with an option for us to be able to see the instruments and effects on the same screen, or effect and keyboard on the same screen, because sometimes you might want to play with a keyboard while you tweak the effect, and unfortunately it's not possible in Cubasis for now. So that's it. Thank you once again. Have a nice day.